Playing with your dog seems simple, but what if I told you that without realizing it, you might be making mistakes that affect their well-being? A simple habit repeated every day can cause problems over time. But don't worry, in this video, you'll learn 16 very common mistakes we can all make when playing. Once you know them, you can make every play session safe and happy for your furry companion. Mistake number 1. Throwing sticks. Sticks seem like the perfect choice. They are everywhere, they cost nothing, and your dog has a blast with them. But let's be honest, is it worth it if that quick game could end with your dog at the emergency vet? Sticks are not designed to be chewed. They splinter, sharp ends can lodge in your dog's mouth or throat, and fragments can travel to the stomach without you noticing. Many dogs also snatch them mid-air, and one bad angle is enough to cause a serious cut on the tongue or gums. If you like this kind of play, choose rubber balls or toys made for throwing. They bounce well, hold up to play, and do not turn into blades. Your dog has just as much fun without the unnecessary risk. And if sticks aren't a good idea, using your hands as the toy isn't a good idea either. Mistake number 2. Roughhousing with your hands. That living room wrestling match might feel fun, but it actually sends your dog a very confusing message. If you let your dog bite or shove your hands during play, they learn that people are a valid target for teeth and paws. The problem? They will not tell the difference between an adult who enjoys rough play and a child or an elderly person who could get hurt. A shove that feels playful to you could knock someone down or scratch their skin. Instead of using your hands, offer tug ropes or chew toys so they can burn energy safely. That way you keep the physical play your dog loves while keeping everyone safe. And speaking of toys, be careful about what you choose for play with your dog. Mistake number 3. Using unsafe household items. Old sneakers, an empty bottle, or a rope from the garage can seem like perfect entertainment, but they are a trap. Your dog won't tell the difference between those old, okay sneakers and the new pair in the closet, so your shoes will always be at risk. These items also break in dangerous ways. Plastic bottles crack into sharp pieces, ropes fray into threads that can be swallowed, and shoe soles carry chemicals that can upset their stomach. Vets often see obstructions and internal injuries from these kinds of toys. There is no excuse here. Invest in chew toys and balls designed for dogs. These toys are built to handle chewing without breaking into dangerous pieces. And a tip, it's better to have fewer, higher quality toys than a pile of questionable ones. Mistake number 4. Playing Tug-of-war without rules. Tug-of-war is a great game, but only if it is set up well. Can your dog start whenever they want, ramp up the intensity, and refuse to let go? Then it is not a game. It is a contest to win the toy. If your dog grabs the toy, pulls with all their strength, and never releases, they are learning that they don't have to listen. To prevent that, teach a start cue like take it and an end cue like drop it. It also helps to keep rounds short, about 10 to 15 seconds. That way you turn tug-of-war into an excellent tool for self-control and bonding, not a free-for-all. Mistake number 5. Overloading puppies. Puppies seem to have endless batteries. They can run and jump non-stop, which can tempt you to stretch play sessions too long, but their bodies cannot keep up with their enthusiasm. If you push for jumps, long sprints, or very intense games, you could be setting up mobility problems later. Jumping on hard surfaces or repeating sharp turns creates micro-injuries that can turn into arthritis years later. In fact, a study from the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center found that starting jump training at younger ages was associated with higher injury risk. The ideal plan is varied play, short sessions, frequent breaks, and plenty of mental and scent work. That protects healthy growth while feeding curiosity and learning. Mistake number 6. Ignoring size differences between dogs. Watching a Great Dane play with a Chihuahua looks adorable, but it is risky. What feels like gentle play for a big dog can overwhelm or injure a small one, even without any aggressive intent. Large, fast dogs don't always control their momentum around tiny playmates. It's common to see trampling during chases and accidental bites that are too forceful for a small dog. Small dogs also often show stress signals that are easy to miss, so you should always supervise play and, if needed, rotate turns or create escape zones for smaller or more fragile dogs. That way, everyone enjoys the game without added risk. Mistake number 7. Using tennis balls with hard chewers. Tennis balls seem like the perfect toy. They bounce well, feel soft, and most dogs love them. But that fuzzy felt acts like fine sandpaper. A little casual fetch now and then is fine, but heavy chewing wears down their tooth enamel. And if the ball is dirty with sand or grit, the effect is even worse. Old tennis balls can also split and release large chunks that can become a choking hazard. Use smooth, durable rubber balls designed for dogs instead. They deliver the same fetch fun while protecting their teeth in the long run. Mistake number 8. Letting dogs play on slippery floors. Indoor play can seem safer than going outside with no cars or distractions, but smooth hardwood or tile floors are like a skating rink for your dog. Their paws do not have enough traction, and with each quick turn, they risk slipping and crashing into furniture or walls. There is another, less obvious risk. Every skid strains ligaments and muscles, and the effort to stay balanced adds constant stress to joints. A single slip can cause a torn cruciate ligament or a dislocated kneecap, both injuries that often require surgery and a long recovery. Even if nothing seems wrong at the time, tiny repeated microtraumas can wear down mobility over the years. What's the fix? Move play to grassy areas or to carpeted or rubber mat surfaces that provide traction and prevent unnecessary falls. Mistake number 9. Too much high-intensity fetch. Earlier I mentioned the texture problem with tennis balls, but now I want to talk about the game itself. Many dogs would spend hours chasing a ball, which can make us think it's the perfect exercise. The reality is that this very common game can have several downsides. To start, there is a physical problem. Every leap to catch a ball in the air and every hard stop on the front legs puts enormous stress on the joints. That repeated microtrauma wears down cartilage and ligaments, and over the years takes a toll on your dog's health. Veterinarians with canine arthritis management note that up to 80% of dogs over 8 have arthritis, and many cases are linked to this kind of high-impact activity. The other drawback is emotional. Repeated ball throwing triggers the prey drive, but the problem is that your dog never gets to catch real prey. This overexcites them and can make them obsessive, unable to relax or interact normally with other dogs. Cutting back on this kind of play and keeping it to short rounds is the best way to keep your dog healthy and balanced. Mistake number 10. Playing right after meals. Most dog trainers recommend feeding after the walk, and that applies to playtime too. Here is why. Intense exercise on a full stomach sets the stage for gastric dilatation volvulus. When this happens, the full stomach expands and can twist, trapping gas and cutting off blood flow. It is a surgical emergency that can be fatal within hours. Deep-chested breeds like German Shepherds and Great Danes are especially vulnerable, although no dog is completely safe. Symptoms like a swollen belly, unproductive retching, or extreme restlessness are red flags you cannot ignore. Is it really worth the risk? Wait 1 to 2 hours after meals before any intense activity. Mistake number 11. Ignoring signs of overheating. Panting during play can seem normal, but it can be the first sign of heat stroke. Unlike people, dogs don't sweat. They regulate temperature by panting, and when excited, they may not notice they are overheating. Short-nosed breeds like bulldogs or pugs have an even harder time because their anatomy limits airflow and raises heat faster. Heat stroke can escalate fast, moving from heavy panting to disorientation, collapse, and, if untreated, organ failure. According to veterinary studies, roughly 14% of affected dogs do not survive. That is why it is vital to spot early signs like excessive drooling, poor coordination, or weakness, and stop play immediately to protect your dog's life. Mistake number 12. Using laser pointers. At first glance, a laser pointer looks like the perfect game. You don't have to throw anything, and your dog sprints like crazy. But have you thought about what happens when your dog never gets to catch anything during the game? Because of a natural hunting instinct, your dog expects to catch a prey item as a reward, but with a laser that never happens, the result is frustration and often obsessive behaviors. Some dogs keep searching for lights or shadows long after the pointer is turned off. That cycle of excitement with no payoff raises anxiety and can lead to compulsive behaviors that are hard to fix. If you want a chase game, choose toys your dog can actually catch and carry, like rope toys or sturdy plush toys. That way they satisfy the hunting instinct without the frustration. Mistake number 13. Not rotating toys. Leaving all of your dog's toys out all the time feels kind, but it actually makes them boring. The novelty fades, and your dog can feel mentally understimulated even when surrounded by stuff. Worse, boredom fuels unwanted behaviors like chewing furniture, digging, or non-stop barking. And if toys stop feeling special, they lose power as rewards in training. The fix is simple. Rotate toys, put some away, and swap them each week so they feel new again. It is an easy, free trick that helps prevent both boredom and anxiety. Mistake number 14. Ignoring signs of fatigue during play. When your dog stops in the middle of play, you might think they are just catching their breath. But what if they are actually asking for a break? Heavy panting, seeking shade, or moving away from the action are clear signs they need to stop. Pushing them to continue in that state turns play into a source of stress and can lead to injury or anxiety. Canine behavior experts advise trusting your gut and taking a break as soon as you notice these signs. Respecting limits keeps the experience positive and prevents your dog from linking play with exhaustion or discomfort. And now, before we move on, just know that if you visit happydogsplace.com/gift, you can download a free guide packed with tips to make your dog's life even happier. It's full of fun ideas, helpful strategies, and all the basics every pup needs to thrive. You'll find the link in the description. Mistake number 15. Using old or broken toys. Your dog's favorite toys will eventually show bite marks, tears, and cracks. That worn look may feel endearing, but it is actually dangerous. Breaks create sharp edges or small pieces that can cause choking or injuries to the mouth and throat. Frayed ropes create threads that can tangle around the tongue or esophagus. Loose rubber bits can block the airway. Many of these accidents end in emergency surgery that you could avoid with a simple periodic checkup. Check toy condition regularly and replace damaged ones right away. It is better to toss a toy in time than to risk an emergency vet visit. Mistake number 16. Not teaching the cue, drop it. Many dogs drop a toy when they get bored, so teaching a formal drop it can feel unnecessary. But if one day your dog picks up something dangerous like a sharp object or toxic food, you will need them to let go immediately. Without a reliable drop it, you cannot act quickly. Teaching this cue prevents conflicts, stops them from swallowing something harmful, and lets you handle emergencies calmly. A good drop it doesn't just make play safer, it also strengthens the bond, because your dog learns that trusting you always brings a reward. Now I want you to keep learning about your furry friend, so I recommend watching this next video on your screen. In it, I reveal 10 secrets of dog care that can change your dog's life. Tap the image to open the video and learn them all.